creator of the Shift Weight Mastery process. Welcome to day one of your 5-day pre-shift video series. This series is designed to help you set up your brain and environment for success with information and strategies that are going to help you with your 30-day Shift Weight Mastery process. I'm glad we're going to have this time together today just to get you set up with your pre-shift experience. So, welcome. Now, some of you may already have your shift in a box and be ready to dive in. I assure you, you are already starting by doing this pre-shift process. This process is going to give you a foundation and framework that is going to allow you to be more successful with your 30-day shift process. And remember, this isn't a diet. This is a way to shift your mindset about your weight. First of all, I just want to say congratulations on making the decision to make the shift, to take back your power from old limiting beliefs and behaviors that have kept you stuck, and to shift into new ways of thinking and behaving that are going to allow you to have an amazing relationship with food and exercise, your body, and most importantly, yourself. I'm so excited as you embark upon this powerful journey, and I want to assure you that I'm going to be with you every step along the way. Now, I realize that if you've struggled with your weight, embarking upon another program, you might have some reservations. Like, is this going to work for me? Why is this going to be different when I have failed so many times in the past? The reason why the shift is different is because it's not a diet. Now, I struggled with my weight for years, starting from the age of 12, trying diet after diet, doing anything I could to try to get to the right weight. And you know what? I could go on a diet and I would lose weight. But the problem was the moment I went off the diet, whoosh, the weight would come right back on. So I continued looking year after year, diet after diet. For 20 years, I struggled with my weight, but most importantly, with myself. You know, I tried diet after diet, and one day I just hit a wall, and I realized that the one thing that was missing from all those diets that I was on was me. I was missing from that diet, and that's why I wasn't getting the results. You see, we go on diets, and diets are external structures that we go on, right? We go on a diet, we go off a diet. Good, bad, on or off, all or nothing. And so when the diet is over, the structure falls away and nothing has been changed up here. And so what I realized was that if I was going to make a shift, the shift had to come from within me. You see, the brain is divided into two, the conscious and the unconscious mind. Now, the conscious mind is this 12%. That's the critical, analytical, willpower part of the brain. This is where we diet. Now, the unconscious mind, the other 88%, is our beliefs, our habits, our memory, the part that protects us, our imagination. It's a very powerful part of our brain. Now, from birth until we're in our 20s, everything that happens to us gets imprinted in the unconscious brain. So we have good things that happen to us and we have limiting things that happen to us. And when we struggle with our weight, we tend to start to develop limiting beliefs and habits down here in the unconscious mind. I call these little GPS guides of behaviors and beliefs, or what I also call fat thinking. Now, if we've been struggling with our weight, we develop this fat thinking, and you would think, well, let's just change the thinking. But the problem is, as we get into our later years, we develop a critical filter that's going to filter out anything that doesn't agree with our worldview. So if we've made up our mind about a lot of these things and developed habits, a diet or anything other information coming in isn't going to make a change. It's going to just get stuck here, and we're going to just keep repeating these same behaviors over and over again. So we get stuck in what I call fat thinking, which is distorted thinking that happens from, we react from emotions rather than logic. It's what we call cognitive error or fat thinking. And some fat thinking might look like, I always fail. I can never do good on a diet. It's hard for me. I don't have time to be healthy. I don't have time to be thin. My body is broken. I try, but no matter what I do, I just can't lose weight. So here we are, we're stuck in this fat thinking brain that just keeps repeating over and over again. Now, the reason why the shift is different than diets that only impact this 12% is that the shift uses hypnosis and cognitive coaching and information to help you utilize 100% of your brain. You see, hypnosis is a relaxed mind state where this critical filter becomes relaxed, so that now new information can come down and make breaks in those old GPS guides. Cognitive coaching is repetitive suggestions that break into those GPS guides and offer an alternative route. The 9 skills is based on the habits of people who have taken weight off and kept it off. And the coaching sessions that we do immerse your mind in those 9 skills, and so that we offer alternative routes that are sound and practical, based in fact, that are going to allow you, again, to utilize your whole 100% of your brain in thin thinking. I can do this. So we can step back and start to think from a cognitively correct place with the right information, using our powerful, all of our brain, and breaking through these old limiting beliefs and behaviors. I will make time because we're stepping back and looking at this from a different perspective, not as a victim. We're taking back our power from all those limiting beliefs and behaviors, and we are now connecting powerfully with ourselves, with that better part of our brain, utilizing it in a new and powerful way. I can release weight because we now begin to understand the physics of weight release and really how our bodies work, not from cognitive error and old mythologies and bad ideas that are floating around out there, but from facts, from science. So what the shift does is move you from that fat thinking, engage 100% of your in in weight mastery, and embark you upon a journey of long-term permanent weight release where you're engaging your thin thinking. Think about the areas of your life that you do well. You cooperate and communicate with yourself in a powerful way. And the shift uses that idea that when you cooperate and communicate with yourself, you are masterful in that part of your life. And the same can go now for this area of weight mastery in your life. I'm proud to say that I've seen many successful weight release journeys with the Shift Weight Mastery process. And not just weight release journeys, but long-term permanent weight release journeys. And of course, the weight release part is always exciting. But what is the most powerful for me is to see that somebody who has been struggling and in pain in this area of your life is now connecting powerfully with themselves, taking back their power from those old useless habits and behaviors, and now creating a beautiful relationship with food and exercise, their body, and themselves. And now it's your turn. So let's look at these next 4 days and how we are going to create a foundation for a fabulous 30-day Shift Weight Mastery process. Okay, now let's take a look at the next 4 days of your preparational video series. Now, tomorrow, day 2, we are going to look at the science of weight. Now, this is very important from a cognitive perspective because when we struggle with our weight, we have a lot of distorted thoughts, ideas, and habits about how our body loses weight, how weight loss happens. And so we're going to just give you the facts. We're going to give you a foundation of facts and strategies so that you can begin your weight release process with power, taking back your power. Now, day 3, my favorite day, dun, 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 strategies for food. Yes, now, again, when we struggle with our weight, our relationship with food is not very powerful. Sometimes we're afraid of food. Sometimes food has a very powerful grip over us. But when you begin your journey to long-term permanent weight release, really the strategy with food is to create a way of interacting with food within your body's needs in a way that honors you completely. Your taste palette, your lifestyle, the types of foods that you like, interacting with food in a powerful way. And we're going to give you some strategies and frameworks for your starting your journey, because this isn't a diet. This is a powerful journey to your creating a way of eating that can last a lifetime and keep you at your ideal weight. Now, day 4, you are going to be setting up for success. We're going to be giving you some strategies for getting your environment and your mind set up for success. This is with time commitments and strategies, planning ahead to being able to listen to your hypnosis CDs, exercising, food, but also really how do you prepare to be successful? This is very important. And when we struggle with our weight, we never prepare to be successful. But with this process, you are going to be prepared to be successful. Day 5, you are going to learn to show up for yourself, to really make the commitment, to show up for yourself, connect yourself powerfully, and to take yourself all the way through this 30-day weight mastery process. I want to assure you just to take it one step at a time, and that you're really making the commitment to stretch past where you stop, because where you've stopped yourself in the past has given you the predictable results. This process is very doable, and you're taking it one step at a time, and when you take it one step at a time, it unfolds in front of you, and before you know it, you're on your fabulous journey to long-term permanent weight release. So do stick with it, and to stick with yourself. Commit to this 100%, and you will be amazed at what happens over this process for you. It takes 21 days for habits to be changed in the brain, and this process is built in such a way that it builds upon itself, so you're going to be skill building and processing things on a daily basis. You don't have to do it all at once. This is a process that builds upon itself, and the further you get into it, the more power you have. And I also want you to take the time to make sure that you go through your pre-shift checklist to make sure that you are taking the time to prepare yourself for success along the way. Last but not least, do not fall victim to that fat thinking, that same thinking, oh, I don't have time, or I always fail, or they can do it, but I can't. No, you're better than that. Give yourself this chance. This process is set up to make you successful. So just follow through. Put one foot in front of the other. Stretch yourself beyond past where you stop, because where you stop is bringing you the same results over and over and over again. You're better than that. Now, I've also included on the welcome letter a link to the first coaching session, so you can download that session and get a deeper dive into the whole shift process. It's a great coaching session, so just make sure you listen to that over the next 5 days. And as well, there is another link for you to join the Shift community, which is an amazing place for you to find more answers to questions about the process, recipes. There's many, many resources, chat, group. Go and just explore and see that there's a whole world here, a whole community that is Shift, that is here to support you. And to remember, we're always here for you. If you have any questions or concerns, let us know. And congratulations for making the decision to make the shift. I want to remind you, I am so happy to be embarking upon this process with you. And when you shift, others notice, and they're inspired by that. And that's important, because look around. This world needs to shift, and you're making the first step. So thank you. And have an amazing journey. I'm here with you every step along the way. Because remember, alone we diet, together we shift.